Hi folks. Before we start off this video, I just wanted to say a little bit about all the comments from the previous video in our timeline. I know it's really difficult trying to understand where we are and what's going on in that, but in our timeline the video went out last night in Mandy's sort of cancer timeline. It's been just sort of like a couple of weeks or so. So yeah, it was so nice to read everyone's messages, both Instagram and YouTube and family and friends and everything as well. Some people on there saying, just sort of look after yourself, don't worry about YouTube or anything like that, or don't worry about posting things online. But it's a real odd one. Everybody that's online, we recognise, we read the comments. As some of you have been with us for years and have seen everything that we've been through, so you're kind of like family, as you know, sort of like an online family through years of being on YouTube. Some of you have been there all the way through, and some of you more recently. So yeah, we don't feel like we're obliged to share any of our news or anything that happens. We just like sharing, sometimes for helpful reasons too, and I guess this falls into that category, is to let you guys know about Mandy, because I know that you're interested, but also to help other people, not only just sort of to understand that there is an issue out there with cervical cancer and women need to get checked out, but also just to raise awareness through some of the comments we've seen, that people have watched the video and then gone online and arranged to have a smear test and things like that. And then sort of like on the flip side, there's plenty of people in the comments that have explained what they've gone through and how it's worked for them and everything else that's happened, and that's really helpful too. So we are going to keep making videos, we are going to keep our connection with you guys going, and share our story, because like I say, we feel the strength from you guys being there, without getting all mushy. We did last night, but without getting all mushy. Both Mandy and I sort of like said to each other that it's like getting a massive big sort of virtual hug, and that helps immensely. So yeah, I just wanted to put this in the start of the video to say thank you all so much for your messages and kind, supportive sort of comments, educational comments, things that might help us out, offers for help and everything else in the middle of that. So thanks very much, folks. I'm going to carry on looking at your comments. If we don't get time to reply, I do apologise, but we always do read the comments. So I'm going to get back to this, and then next time we see you will be Mandy's first hospital appointment to get an MRI scan. Morning anyway. It's Monday morning, so after the MRI on Saturday, do want to apologise as well for all the noise, but it is cold this morning, so I've got the diesel heater on and I'm running my engine to warm that up, because yes, we are on the way to hospital again. CT scan this morning, so I'm just waiting for her indoors now to sort herself out. It was nice to have a day of doing absolutely nothing yesterday, after spending 10 days driving. I don't know, I think we did around about 3,000 miles, literally driving all the way to the bottom of Portugal, getting the news and then driving all the way back. So it's just nice to have a chill day. So yeah, that is the plan.
At least we can get over to the front door that way.
So we just come to the cafe and we've got these, which is a bacon, sausage, hash brown, beans and cheese and egg roll.
A little bit of what you love.
Go on then. Scoff away.
Scoff.
Looks tasty.
Oh, crispy, cheesy, beany hash brown.
Oh, nice. And I got mine now. Yeah.
getting ready for the scan. She's just checking to see if the scanner's ready, but I've got to have contrast on this one as well. But I had this arm Saturday, so she's had to use this arm today. So yeah, I just need to go sit. She's come back then.
All right. What is that like then?
So Saturday, when I had the dye put in, it felt cold, just like up my arm. But they said that this one's going to feel really warm. So I had my arm above my head, and then it felt really warm coming down here to my chest. And then it made me feel like I was going to pee myself, or I'd already peed myself because it was hot. And then my feet got hot, so it was like a menopausal hot flush on the inside whilst peeing myself.
That sounds pretty cool then, really.
Yeah, I mean, they explained it. They literally said it's going to feel like this, and it did. So
Yeah.
it wasn't a surprise or a shock or anything. So, yeah, funny.
Well, good morning, folks. It's Monday, the 11th of March. Today's the day we go and get the results for Mandy's cancer tests and find out what treatment and everything is going on. It's also our wedding anniversary as well. So yeah, a lot going on today, and hopefully by the end of the day we'll feel, that things are going in a certain direction. Hopefully that a lot of things will be cleared off our minds, that will be a little bit clearer thinking, and then we can actually go out for a nice meal tonight to celebrate our wedding anniversary. And that would be, that would be the nicest way to end the day anyway. So we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, I think still not up. I think she's getting dressed and making a brew. So see you in a few minutes. Oh no, it's carnage because he should be going right and they shouldn't be coming down there. There shouldn't be another car that direction turning that way, and that one's going that way. Everyone's going the wrong way.
Oh, what are we going to do?
It's been quite entertaining, really, in all fairness, to take our minds off what's going to happen later.
It's been ridiculously entertaining. More entertaining than the parking situation should be, I think.
I think so, yeah. But just to see people, and before we had someone going this way round and this way. That's going to happen now.
They're going the wrong way again.
They're going the wrong way again.
The wrong way.
And they're all queuing up the wrong way. So if someone was to come in and actually go the right way, there would be like hell to pay. And we saw another guy before. He came in and out 3 or 4 times, and then we saw someone leaving, but he didn't. He was nearly beeping him and telling him he drove.
No, there's someone there.
He drove straight past them, and they followed him out. It's so fun.
Oh, it's all going on now. Look, there's people coming in going the right way, and then she's gone the wrong way many times. Oh, they're shouting. Windows are down.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
No, I know what it is.
It's the woman that's going the wrong way. He's telling the guy that's going the right way he's going the wrong way.
And he's saying, you can't park there, love. No one else coming in? No. Oh well, fun's over.
This is what our lives have turned into.
It's nearly our appointment time anyway, so I guess we should get going, really.
Yeah, they want you there 10 minutes before, so in a minute maybe.
Okay.
A minute.
Okay.
Prescriptions for cancer patients.
Been a few days since we went to the meeting in the hospital, because we just kind of wanted to process everything.
Yeah.
It was just not what we expected.
No. The appointment itself, not the information we were given, but the appointment itself was utter rubbish.
Yeah. Kind of like it felt like it should have been the information we were given, like the phone call in Portugal, really.
Yeah.
Not what we were expecting after all the tests and everything else. So.
Yeah. It felt like we were literally being rushed through and pushed out the door the other side with no chance for anything. And we had 2 people talking about other things in the corner quite loudly.
In the room, yeah.
In the room, which didn't help matters to be able to focus properly when people are saying things to you that are very important.
But we also felt like, and it's my perception, our daughter's sort of, Gem's talked to me about this. But
she don't mince the words, does Gem, does she? She's lovely. I love it.
But I did feel like it's just another day in the office. So you might call it bedside manner or whatever. To us, this is, sort of like the worst thing that, you can possibly think of. But to get someone who's very blasé and just matter of fact about things.
Almost flippant.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, it's just this. It's
Yeah.
fine.
And then after he's talked into his dictaphone about everything, he went, "Have you got any questions?" And then
But the
that was it.
a couple of questions were answered by him talking,
Yeah.
dictating, rather than telling us.
Yeah.
These, I didn't know that, because there's a couple of different types of cervical cancer, and I couldn't, because no one said it to me. I'm still a bit like, did he say that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure he said squamous cell carcinoma, so it's the most common one, it seems.
And it was confirmed that you've got stage
2A.
Yeah.
So it's stage 2A, so it has spread a little, but he did follow that up with, which is treatable.
Yeah, and I
So-
guess that might be half of his
Flippancy,
flippant, confident nature is, oh, don't worry, we've got this, you're right.
2A is nothing,
Yeah,
you
but we don't know. It's the first time we've been through this, having had a lot of you guys in the comments and reading online. Obviously, with everything, I guess you get to know the terminology and understand what goes on. But for us, no idea. It all just seems to be like someone keeps smacking you around the face.
Yeah, with everything. I mean, just saying 2A, what you want to hear is it starting with a 1. That's the first thing. So obviously there's about, 8 different kinds of stage 1.
Yeah.
I'll take a 2, that the 2A. But then he quickly followed that up with, right, okay, so we need to get you in for a full PET CT, because the CT scan I had came back clear for my chest, and the MRI for my pelvis and abdomen and everything came back clear for spreading of tumours to organs around my cervix.
So they check your lymph nodes as well, don't they? So
They check the lymph nodes for big tumours and things. So this PET CT, I have to take a radioactive sugar or something, and it checks my lymph nodes, so it will check the whole system and just see if any parts of my body glow up where cancer cells have got to. So this is like earlier than tumours, so everything else is tumour clear apart from my cervix. And then it was just like, yeah, so if that does come up with anything, then it'll change from a 2A. And I'm like,
yeah, the treatment doesn't change, and you're like, well, how can that be? Because again, this is all like mumbo jumbo kind of stuff to us.
yeah,
Because the treatment seems to be very intense, doesn't it?
yeah,
The second downside of why we didn't feel it was such a great meeting was that after a few questions, the doctor was honest and said, I can't answer them. I've never seen this treatment being administered. You'll need to ask the doctor you're going to see. So we have another appointment in a couple of weeks after this PET CT scan.
yeah.
And hopefully they'll be able to
give us or answer all the questions about treatment. They're suggesting they are saying that because it's 2A, that I can't have a radical hysterectomy for that, or they are definitely not advising surgery as a way to treat it, because the chances are I'll have to have chemoradiation anyway. So chemoradiation is the treatment plan going forward, which is going to be 5 weeks of 5 days a week. I get weekends off, 8 hours a day. So 8 hours a day for 5 days for 5 weeks. And then I get 3 added bonus days of internal radiation at the end.
But we've also found out this is at a different hospital as well. So we based ourselves at Willow Fields because it's only 20 minutes away from the current hospital. But the treatment hospital is about an hour and a bit away. So we don't know how Mandy's going to deal with travel, sort of climbing in and out of the van, all those kinds of things. So those are the questions we had, so that we could try and plan. And I guess this is the weird thing in my head of trying to fix things and plan things and the engineering bit or whatever, but my inability to do anything right now, I'm finding it extremely frustrating, because I'd like to be able to help, and I can't help at all right now. Because I can't even plan anything.
I suppose one of the biggest things is, even if they could tell you typically how things go.
I mean, I asked him one question, didn't I? Which was, do you think that Mandy would be all right walking upstairs, for example, sort of like in this place, which is at Willow Fields, which we'd rent out.
So these 3 stairs for the kitchen, and then another 10 stairs to get up to the bed.
And the toilet.
Yeah.
And the shower and things like that. So, and there's 4 stairs to get in. And there's obviously a big step to get in and out of the van. And I'm just thinking, like, are you going to be all right stretching your legs to step and things like that? But can't answer that. So yeah, it just felt like you know, we got this information that was, first of all, a shock of the type of cancer and the treatment, and then not knowing how that is going to actually sort of affect you.
Yeah, but I mean, I think nobody can tell you how it will affect me. That's something we're going to have to find out, and that's why it's making it a little bit difficult to plan, because we're looking at hotels closer to this new hospital, and campsites and other options for things up there. But I suppose until I actually know for sure how it's affecting me, we won't know what changes we're going to have to make.
No, because again, sort of, we've both read up on this. I won't say Google. I know that last time I said about Google, but I meant using the internet, sorry. So we're using resources like Macmillan and the NHS.
Cancer Research UK and stuff, yeah.
So we know that potentially the combined chemo radiation therapy
is going to hit a little hard.
Yeah, can be, you know, quite difficult.
Yeah.
So we're not too sure if us being in the same van in such a small space is going to be enough space Mandy needs. May not be comfortable enough to be able to lie down or whatever, to be able to get on a sofa.
If I end up getting sick with it, then, you know, I mean, I've thrown up in my van before now, and it's not fun. It's not fun just being on my own in a van, having to have my own vomit right there.
Yeah.
You know, it's there's certain things, but we don't know, because we've heard from people who said that they've had chemo and haven't lost the hair, or they didn't have any sickness and things. And I think because each person's treatment plan is different, the strength of radiation, the strength of chemo, depending on how big the tumour is, which is something else they didn't tell us.
No, we still don't know that bit. And then the other weird bit as well, that is it you read or what I can't remember now, is that depending on the strength of the chemo and that, you may not even be able to share the same bed as somebody.
Yeah, because it comes out through your pores, and if you use the toilet, you've got to flush it twice and clean it. So there's all of these things that we're learning about, but trying to ask the doctors that, they were just like, no, sorry. Which was unexpected, and I think that's what, because Jem said, wasn't it, you've got to readjust your expectations, each one, and if you get more information, that's great, but hopefully the Macmillan forums will help me with just get a little bit more information. They've been good so far, and
hopefully after your next scan, which hopefully will be in the next sort of week or so, we then have another appointment at the hospital who's going to do the treatment, which is, what's it called?
Castle Hill,
which is sort of halfway between Hull and Beverley.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, I guess, an opportunity to ask them all the questions, and they'll be able to answer hopefully everything. Yeah. So
the nurse that's looking after me at Scunthorpe, who's actually my caseworker, she's going to do it, or she said that the nurse up at Castle Hill is really, really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'd say anything different, to be honest with you, but you know, I think you've got to love that job. And my caseworker, who was in there when we had the appointment, she saved the day, didn't she? She made it, even though it was still, we still walked out of there like, what the hell was that? But she was lovely and empathetic, and
I think she saw the fact that maybe my face was like totally confused and like bewildered, so she filled in a lot of the gaps from the doctor.
And then she grabbed us on the way out and then filled in a few more when the consultant wasn't there, so she was fit for the job. She perfect for that job. So that was the one little shining light for that day. But we did get to we
had a bit of enjoyment, because I mean, a lot of people say, you know, you have no luck or whatever, but this appointment was on our wedding anniversary. So many mixed emotions on this day.
Yes.
But yeah, we decided that, you know, we're going to make the most of it. So like, we've been out for a bike ride a few days before. We found a great pub, because we are trying to make the most of it in general.
I did 20 miles. And I didn't like fall off and expire or anything. It was great.
Got a new bike for you, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that makes it easier and everything. Yeah, we had a great day out. Nice pub meal. So we thought, right,
it was amazing.
We'll go to the pub anniversary meal. It doesn't open on a Monday.
Yeah. It's like, what?
Yeah. So we ended up choosing somewhere else. This was right, Miller and Carter.
Oh yeah, they've got a good deal on at the minute, haven't they? Like a 3 courses for $19.99. I love a bargain. He's just like, we don't have to do a deal, it's our wedding anniversary, and I'm like,
She's
like
the
a bargain.
queen of bargains.
And I got a free glass of fizz for signing up for their newsletter, so, you know.
So yeah, we had a nice meal out.
It was lovely the second time when they cooked it properly. It was... It was one of them, but at this point we just didn't care. We weren't really in the mood for it, but it was lovely, and it's always nice to get out with you. So, and we got free ice cream with happy anniversary on it afterwards. So that was that was lovely. But yeah.
And the reason why we're in here at the moment, which is the place we'll be hopefully renting and staying at Willow Fields, is because today my van's in for surgery in itself.
Yes.
Because obviously, again, going along with everything that seems to happen, my van's got problems, so it's having things fixed today. So Gabby and Johnny have let me use what they call the West Wing,
which
is like a converted, chilled HGV
like a
trailer.
Tesco's delivery trailer, isn't it?
Yeah, so
but it's got the best kitchen I've ever seen in it. It's a 6-ring range stove and everything. It's amazing.
Cool. You making lunch then?
I thought you said you were making lunch. One of us will make lunch.
Which is also something we need to look at as well. We do need to look at a slightly healthier diet.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
We are trying to kick our asses, like say, go out for bike rides when we can. But we've also spent a week just kind of wallowing in fog and messy, annoying thoughts that mean we can't sleep. And
so we're just eating takeaway.
Yeah.
We just literally had burger and pizza boxes everywhere.
And we do now understand that, again, this engineering mind of mine that wants to resolve everything assumed that this would all be very quick. And now we know that there's another scan which is going to be in the next couple of weeks, and then in 3 weeks there's this appointment for organising a treatment, and then if anything else is to go by, it's another 2 weeks before that starts. So it could well be, what did the nurse say?
She said it would be towards the end of April when the treatment starts.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know whether that's going to be part of the going in and having all the bits done where I get a little tattoo and they make out where the radiation thing's going to be and stuff. I don't know whether that's before the treatment starts or whatever. Like, again, we'll find this out in 3 weeks anyway, all of this info. But yeah, so towards the end of April, it looks like, before treatment starts.
Yeah, and then obviously 5 weeks from that for treatment, and then who knows
whatever scans and how long, because there'll be follow-up scans afterwards, and then we don't know.
So we do need to absolutely make the most of the time that we've got now while we are still fit and able, which you keep saying is the most frustrating part, really, isn't it? That you feel
I feel fine.
Normal.
I feel normal. I mean, I've got to stop this one because he's just like, I'll carry that, and I'm like, I'll carry that. Save your muscles for later when I might not be able to. He's gone into supreme mollycoddle mode.
Aww.
Which, I mean, you know,
look after you.
I know, and it's wonderful and stuff. But I know I'll get fed up so quickly if it does turn out that I end up being too tired to do things. I will get cranky very quickly.
Yes.
So let me do stuff while I can.
Yeah.
This is the big old thing. So we've got it's our grandson's 7th birthday today, so we've got a lovely weekend. We're going to go do some Nerf battling.
It's an odd choice of the teams he's chosen. So his team is his Uncle Joel, Mandy, and then his opposing team.
And himself, don't forget.
Oh yeah, and himself, obviously, because that's his team.
Yeah.
But his opposing team is me and his mum and dad.
Yeah. Which made me chuckle like mad, and the look on his face when I'm like, have you just chosen that team so you can shoot your mum and dad and pops? And he went, yeah.
So there's me, Jem and Tom going to be running away from this little 7-year-old.
And he's going to hide behind me.
I said, why don't you have me on your team? Maybe be a bit better. What did Tom say? I'd be
ruthless.
Ruthless, yeah. And then he says, yeah, but I can hide behind Nana. She's slow.
So we've got that, and then we've got some friends coming to visit, just coming up for the day. So that should hopefully break things up a little bit. And then once we find out when the appointments are, again, then we'll see if we can just get a few days here and there.
Yep, hopefully get to the Harrogate show this weekend as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Tash and John are there doing a talk, and Daz is doing a talk as well.
Yep, so we might just get there and just do the Sunday or something. Yeah.
Just to, again, take our minds off everything else and just try and do normal things.
Yeah, this normal thing. Harrogate
Yeah.
Show's a brilliant little show. It's
Yeah.
just a shame they don't do overnight
camping
and
yeah.
stuff there, but it's a cracking little show. So yeah, that'll be nice if we can get to go and do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's just a case of trying to fill the days with things other than sitting and moping.
Yeah.
And forcing yourself to work and earn money.
Well, yeah. That was something that I was having a chat with Lou the other day about that, and that does really sort of weigh on my shoulders. Is I can't imagine if we still had the house, mortgage, that I had to go to work and I couldn't be around to look after you. Like, for the people that have to do it that way, it must be really bad to see their partner go through all that and not being there to go through it with them. But
even if it's just dropping them off and picking them up at the hospital, I know they do have funding for transport and things. So if you can't get someone to take you there, then they'll do transport to make sure you're there, because obviously you're not supposed to drive.
Yeah. We're just trying to get through everything, understand all this new terminology and stages of this, that, and the other, and appointments and everything else.
And how stages can change depending on whichever scan they've got next. So even though you've got your stage, then you don't know if it's going to stay that way. So
so apologies if it all seems very erratic and weird and everything at the moment, but that's just
standard in our heads. Isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I do want to say a really big thanks to everyone as well for your message of support. I know I said it at the start of the video, but we just we've been overwhelmed, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah, utterly, in the best possible way. But yeah, it's been wonderful.
Yeah. So if we do get out and travel and everything, we'll make a nice travel video about that. But I think while we go through everything else and treatment, I don't think there's anything that really we want to show you. So if you do want to catch up again with what Mandy's, I want to say going through, but it's just like even you don't know what you're going through at the moment.
No. I mean, we've said what we'll try and do is some little vlogs for me, just to kind of put how I'm feeling and things, because I mean, I've already been told how helpful my videos have been, which always blows me away, because I do them for me. But these ones have been different. These ones we're getting messages from people saying they've booked the smear, or they've had the smear, or men saying that they're telling the wives and daughters to book smears. That makes these videos worthwhile, just that on their own.
And that's why, putting them out on our channel, as well as Mandy talking about on hers, we think is appropriate, because there's not always the same
people on each one. So it's a case, but my channel will be full of feelings. I think it'll be me just saying how I'm feeling and what have you on a day-to-day basis.
So hopefully we shall see you again soon, once we've got over our nerve battle.
Yes.
Might need some few days to relax after that. We normally need a week just to relax after having him
for the day or two,
because he's quite active. So
he is.
There we go.
He's wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, thanks for watching, folks, and thanks again for all your messages.
Yes.
And we'll see you soon.
You will.
All right, take care,
See you
folks.
later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.